But let's bring you the story that's flashing on your screen at the moment. That big semi-final of the World T20 in the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. India batted first and set the West Indies an imposing target now of 193 runs to win the second semi-final of the World T20. Virat Kohli once again was the man of the moment after local boys Ajinkya Rahane and Rohit Sharma gave the Indians a good start. It was Kohli who really assaulted the West Indies at the end, taking the team to an impregnable or seemingly impregnable 192 for 2. This is his third half century of the tournament. The Indian vice captain exploding towards the end with several boundaries as India set the West Indies a target of 193. The big question, of course, is this enough, particularly when you're facing a side like the West Indies on a good batting wicket? Joining me now are Boria Majumdar, our consulting editor sports, and Nikhil Chopra, former Indian player. Nikhil, enough?
I think so. I hope we don't get as much due. Don't forget the earlier games that were played at this venue were 7:30 start. So this is a 7 o'clock start. So hopefully if Team India with our spinners, Rajdeep, get even 5-6 overs of a drier ball for the spinners to come on, I think this is good enough. And I'm sure Mahendra Singh Dhoni is going to bring on Ashwin very early on because he'd want to give him the drier ball to try and get rid of Chris Gayle.
Having said that, Boria, the fact is the two of the games at Wankhede, one team chased 239, which was England against South Africa, and then you had a chase where West Indies made 175 against England look easy.
Very easy.
You know, is there any chance at all that the Indians will be fearing the West Indies in this match now?
If Chris Gayle is there at the end of 6 overs, yes. I mean, if Chris Gayle is not there, I don't think this West Indies side had the depth because the Indian bowling is pretty good. With Ashwin, Bumrah, Ashish Nehra, Ravindra Jadeja, and they're on song. If you see the way India has bowled right through the tournament, they've bowled very, very well. So the question is, will Chris Gayle stay at the end of 6 overs? If he does, West Indies has a chance. If he's not there, it's all India.
You know, you're saying it's all India. Is it all about Gayle? Because this West Indian batting lineup has the kind of explosive batsmen who can, if they bat 5 or 6 overs, trouble us.
True, but the important thing is when you're chasing a score like 190, the first 6 overs make a lot of difference, Rajdeep. If you don't get, say, close to 60 in the first 6, then for the rest of the 14, even with a wet ball, it'll get very difficult to try and get 14, 15 over a long period of time. So in that regard, they are dependent on Chris Gayle. Otherwise, they will come out all guns blazing in the first 6 so that the next 14 overs, the run rate is not as high for a long period of time.
Turning point, Virat Kohli, easy run out, missed twice by the West Indians when he was what, 4 or 5?
One.
He was 1. Do you believe that was possibly the turning point today?
100%. I mean, 1 of 4 balls, you know, 2 consecutive deliveries, 2 consecutive runouts, not once. First time, 2 people, wicketkeeper and Dwayne Bravo. Next time, Lendl Simmons throw, Dinesh Ramdin fumbles, 2 runouts. You don't give Virat Kohli 2 chances. This is like, you know, Sachin Tendulkar getting 4 chances against Pakistan in that World Cup semi-final. That was a semi-final. This is a semi-final. Who knows?
Let me ask you one final question. Do you get a sense that Virat Kohli now is simply in another league? With every bat, I mean, the way he batted in those last couple of overs, he seems to, you know, there seems to be a physical aspect to his game, which perhaps wasn't there. It's not just the way he's batting in terms of technique, but the physical aspect, the running between the wickets.
That's the one.
You know, quite remarkable.
You know, he's taken this game batting to a different level altogether. Each time, Rajdeep, the ball went into towards the boundary, which it didn't cross the boundary line, he was on for 2. And in the Mumbai heat, humidity, you know as well as anybody else, it is energy sapping, and he's taken 2 every single time with Rahane, with Mahendra Singh Dhoni. This man, you know, he realizes the value of fitness. If it's not going to the boundary, he's putting pressure on the fielders. It's incredible. Running 2, and then, you know, he's calm, composed, gets his breath back and looking to get a boundary and strikes it with
so it's India versus England in Kolkata, Lagan 2, right?
Lagan 2, just 1 point you asked about Kohli. Against Australia, 51 balls, 82 runs. We thought that was incredible. Today the strike rate is even more. So that tells you how good this man is.
Virat Kohli in a league of his own and perhaps winning the World Cup for India on his own. Or so it appears at the moment. Clearly, this is a score which India will defend 8 times out of 10 against the West Indies. But remember, there are those 2 occasions and there is a batsman called Chris Gayle who you still have to get out. Nikhil Chopra, Boria Majumdar, thanks very much for joining us there on that quick cricket update. We'll keep tracking the cricket with the score.
Now, Pakistan captain Shahid Afridi might have landed himself in trouble yet again while speaking about fans in India. Asked about fans in Mohali before their match with New Zealand on Tuesday.
Go to different villages across India and actually stay there for a month and see the villagers, help them. And what it does is it opens your eyes to a whole new part of India that you never really saw before. So Amrita gives